Okay, good evening, everyone. This is the March 23rd meeting of the Wareham Sewer Commissioners. Calling the meeting to order. Roll call. We need opening.
Donna Bronk here.
Yep.
Yeah, Malcolm White, present.
Peters, I'm not present.
And Jim Gibberti, present. Okay. We have got minutes from the March 9th meeting. Anyone has any questions, comments? Add, subtracts?
I didn't see anything on there about them coming before us on these, in these notes. Did you?
No, as a matter of fact, now that you mentioned it, I did not.
No.
Okay.
I think I'd, wait.
That was the meeting before.
Are you sure it wasn't the last meeting?
Was the last memeeting, 9th was the
What
last meeting.
was the last meeting? Yeah, it was, because I got the
Yeah, 'cause they-
paperwork right here.
Today's the 23rd. We didn't have one last week.
I think we should, I would
Yeah.
make a motion that we, not accept the minutes
I agree.
as due to omission of certain issues, that's all, whatever.
Postpone acceptance of the minutes until they're corrected. Okay.
I think it's important, Mr. Chairman, that we make sure that our minutes do cover.
Okay, right. Yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, okay. Citizens' participation, we don't have any this week. We had it the last time when we didn't have it. That's okay. Sewer business, we have an abatement. This is a recommended abatement, denial of an abatement by Guy. And from the looks of things, the Onset Water Department substantiates the denial. You've got water damage. Water was shut off by a city. Tenant live in a house. And the water department states the water service was turned off on the 29th of March 16, had not been shut off for a full year, but only for 1 month.
Okay.
So,
I make a motion that we deny this based on the superintendent's information provided to us.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
As Guy is sick tonight and is not able to be here, we're going past that one, the superintendent's report.
And set a record.
Yeah, we will. And Chris isn't here.
And Susan emailed me that she had a CPR class tonight. She couldn't make it.
Okay.
So the policy updates are
In abeyance.
On hold?
Right.
on hold, okay?
This is interesting, huh? There's problems with inspectional services,
Hmm?
not us.
Which one?
Just abatement.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Oh, well.
So you're down in new business. Can I ask about this?
Oh, okay,
Under
when,
new business?
well, first of all, in the new business, I have got a letter, copy of a letter from Bola Engineering regarding the sewer tie-in to Mr. Richards. And this was one that we voted on the 9th of March to unanimously remove the requirement of a grease trap for the Aldi grocery stores because they're not doing any food preparation or anything there. And that's just so everybody knows, they just, this was a letter that was sent to them informing
okay.
them of that, so.
Okay, good.
Hey, Peter, you had some,
I'd like you people to go
CPI.
online and pick up a copy of this. I'd like the board members to pick up a copy of this Wareham Sewer Station report. And it's,
I looked at it.
it doesn't say who it was prepared by, but I believe it was, not Smith.
Weston Sampson.
Weston Sampson.
Weston Sampson.
Okay.
That's a CPI report that he has.
It's, yeah, I don't know, I find it disturbing. I don't understand where our preventative maintenance is if we have to.
It looked like on some of it, we did nothing.
Well,
Exactly.
I understand why all 3 pumps have blown seals at the same time,
Yeah, I read that.
and we still have a preventative maintenance program.
Can I
Well, we
address,
can ask.
Peter, you should know more than anyone, after looking at other plants, that our plant
But
PM
this
is not acceptable.
This
Right.
is all our pump stations. It's $500,000. But, no lights working, $5,500? Is that to replace a light bulb?
I would say not.
When was that
It's
report,
disturbing.
when,
I would
when,
like everybody to take a
when was
look
that,
at it.
when was that, prepared, Peter?
Excuse me?
When was that, report prepared?
I don't.
You want
have it.
mine? I can print it again at home.
It's gotta be in
I would
the,
love it, but I
it's gotta be,
can't.
it's gotta be in the
Can I-
last 2 weeks.
Bless your heart.
It's an eye-opener. I didn't read it all. I scanned.
Okay, I haven't been able to,
Donna,
It does get better towards the
Donna?
end.
my computer got.
so you understand, that's been done, I'm gonna say within the past month,
Oh,
because that just came to us in an email within the last 2 weeks. Okay, so that's,
But it's disturbing.
It did seem to get better as we got deeper into it. But it starts off, there's a lot to do.
and he's
Well, how
got,
many stations do we have?
he's got a lot of,
40,
40?
he's,
So,
he's got a lot of union problems. He's got an awful lot of union problems. You know, he's shoveling against the tide
44.
a lot of the time. He really is. And I give him kudos for what he's able to get done, because those guys fight him tooth and nail.
Well, here on the onset pier, one blown light in pump room, repair, $700.
Wow.
Exactly. I mean, this looks like it was prepared for the Air Force by Trump. Christ.
Hey,
It's scary.
Trump watches his numbers.
is it, well,
That would,
Manhole cover is broken and falling in. Replacement costs $4,000.
well, that could be.
is all this work prevailing wage?
$4,000 for a manhole cover? They're sitting down at the plant.
Oh,
But I mean, I read here someplace, I can't find it right now, to replace a door was, oh, I wish I could find it. Forget which station was that. But I'd like you to all look at it because, wow, this scares me.
okay. I guess what,
Just so that we're prepared
So,
for.
yeah, we
the
need to
next
sit
meeting.
down and prioritize and start on this
That's-
to-do list, correct? It's part of the capital improvement plan,
this is independent of the capital improvement plan.
independent.
Oh, I'm sorry, this is the capital improvement plan, it's independent of the capital plan that he presented to us.
We have to
while back.
decide how much we're gonna mitigate per year.
Peter, don't forget, we probably have
Number
to
has
use
to be in there
union
every year,
people.
Yeah.
correct, Jimmy?
Oh, I agree,
We
So
gotta
you-
start on it.
but we've got, I mean, I think what we need to start on is, do we have a maintenance plan in place? And
I
what
think
does it
that can
include?
evolve, but I would look at
I mean, we
anything
should have
that's
already had it.
I'd look at anything that is a real blatant
You got it,
hazard or
right?
safety issue.
Oh, yeah, exactly, I agree,
Not full of us.
I'm not trying to push that off, that end.
And we need to deal with it while we develop
Yeah.
that plan.
Because that needs
I
to
agree
happen,
100%.
because this is,
North Boulevard door.
Okay.
Okay? Pump room door has broken glass. Hole in bottom covered with duct tape. Needs to be replaced with a steel entry door. $5,800.
That's a little heavy,
However,
even at prevailing wage. It depends, though.
prevailing wage, we're not used to, at least I'm not used to this. I didn't have to deal with prevailing wage, even
That's all I ever deal
in
with.
my business. We were able to go out to
I know.
non-union,
I know,
and we could get it done so much more reasonable.
but the union and the non-union is the same rate with prevailing
What
wage.
prevailing wage, you're absolutely right.
Just
You're
where the money
absolutely
goes.
right. You
You're
gotta pay.
telling me we don't have anybody down there in the maintenance division that can tap out the 3 hinges and put a door up for
It's
less
pro-
than $6,000?
I'm telling you that they're probably gonna say that it's not in my job description. Am I not correct?
Well, what's preventative
That I don't know, I
maintenance?
can't comment on it.
I'm just telling you, a
I
lot of this
refuse
stuff
to.
should be done. It should be done. But I'm telling you what the guy's up against.
I hear you.
What, who's up against?
Guy. He's got people that are fighting him tooth and nail against everything in that plant.
Well, I wanna hear that.
You've heard it, Jimmy.
I've read the other side of it too.
I mean, I caught a guy sleeping. I caught him sleeping a year ago, right? I was outraged by it. And he was supposed to be checking the pump houses. And I reported him to Guy, and I figured something,
We don't want to
nothing I can
We
do
don't
about
want to
it.
go there.
Nothing I can do about it.
See, that's the thing, is that what Guy told you?
Exactly, he told me there's
So
nothing he can do.
he's not doing his job in writing the guy up, because that's part of the
He
process.
does, but
He's
they
not
get-
following the process,
He has been writing them up, but you know what?
okay?
It goes.
Then it's been done?
It goes up before the town administrator and then and the union rep, and it gets, these guys, he can't seem to catch a break with them, is what I'm told. Is exactly what I'm told. Because I think, and I'll go on record as saying, I think that plant is deplorable compared to, I've been to 6 other plants, and I have never seen another plant with preventive maintenance.
Basic maintenance.
No, they have them, and they have things. We don't have it. But it, like I said, those guys are fighting him all the time. So, I'm not putting the blame on him.
Oh, I'm not blaming anybody.
No.
I just don't understand how 3 pumps can all need seals at the same time if we have a preventative maintenance program.
Well, Peter, you should have been here when the $150,000 we spent for those waffles that they're supposed to be putting in the basin, they were blowing all over the place and people were reporting. You should have been here. He couldn't get them to take them out or to put them back in. I'm telling you,
Well,
a lot of wasted money goes down that plant.
Well, so, where does day-to-day operations start?
Oh, that's a union job, I really don't know. I would think it starts with Guy.
Well, if you're saying that it's the people that a guy has under him and not Guy, it's time we get behind Guy and back him and straighten the situation out, because it's costing everybody a fortune.
I couldn't agree with you more,
Well,
but,
then we gotta figure a way to do it,
Well-
period. We can't, $500,000 for these kind of repairs?
I couldn't agree with you more, Peter. I'm on the same page as you. I think it's ludicrous, but I also know what the man goes through just to get people to do their job.
Well, I'm gonna, just for, to move this along a little, because we're not going far with this right now, is I'm gonna put the CPI proposals on the next agenda for discussion.
Capital improvement?
Yeah, this right here, no, that's the CPI, that's the capital,
Mr. Chairman, could I
Yes.
make a suggestion that the next meeting that you hold, could we have an executive session with Mr. Mysteri? I mean, with Guy, before we start, so we can talk candidly with him.
yep.
Can we do that?
Yep,
Yeah, we can figure out how to approach the situation or what the problems are. I think that's the best way. Do you agree with me, Malcolm, to meet with him? Not on,
I don't want to
Camera.
comment on any of this without talking with Guy.
without talking to Guy?
And I don't want to talk personnel
I don't think we
right
can.
now.
Oh,
No.
I don't
Cannot.
No,
want to talk
I don't-
personnel
I'm not
either.
going into
I
personnel.
don't want to, I don't want to even go there.
No.
You don't want to go there?
Not
All
right
right, I
now.
withdraw. Okay.
Not right now.
If you think, okay. That's,
Guy's our first stop on that, so we need to,
why,
exactly, sit with Guy.
well, that's my suggestion, sit with
Yes.
Guy.
Yes.
That's what I
I
wanted to do,
agree.
sit with Guy.
Well, I guess, I see what Donna's suggesting, Malcolm, is she wants to sit with Guy, but for all of us to be able to sit with him, and the only way you're gonna be able to do that and have the conversation that we wanna have is gonna be in an executive
I
session.
understand.
Because we can't go down to his office, the four of us, or three of us.
No.
No.
And have a discussion.
Okay,
And
so let's call this an executive session.
I-
And meet with
is
Guy.
that-
Jimmy, just
Is that
review,
okay with you, Malcolm? The executive session, or what do you think?
just check the scope of our authority and
Yeah,
if we
I
can
am
go,
going to, I
even
will
go,
definitely,
if we can even go there.
yeah, I will definitely do that first. I'll take,
No, I agree with you.
I think you'll
Okay.
find, though, they've taken some of that away from us.
okay,
We do not have jurisdiction over
yeah,
some of that.
I will double check with.
We don't have any authority over help. I know that. We have no authority. That's all the town administrator's job.
Maybe
Okay,
we should have him at the executive session.
Well, that's what she's asking
Yes.
for, and I'm,
It's not a bad idea.
and what Mac is
It's
saying,
not a bad idea.
and what
Well,
Mac is
let's-
saying, and I agree, is to double check with legal first to make sure we
Oh,
can do it.
I agree with you 100%. But
Before we-
I don't want to
before
get in
we do
trouble.
it.
I don't want to get in trouble or do
Yeah.
something we're not supposed to do.
No.
Yeah,
But I do want to help the man out.
I'll double check with.
Well, that's
Rich.
what I'm thinking. Our first course is probably going to be we give him what he needs,
Exactly.
and we prioritize.
Yep.
And I don't know if you're going to see any way around some of that other stuff.
I agree, but, I'd like to look
Yeah,
as much as possible.
yeah, as much as we are authorized
Are
to,
authorized to do. I agree with
which
you,
is not
Malcolm.
a heck of a lot.
I'll check with Rich
Pretty
Bowman
much
and
up to
also
the
with
selectmen
Resources.
and the TA, correct?
You're absolutely right. You
Yeah.
are.
So,
So how are we leaving it?
We'll have a discussion on this particular thing at the next meeting, no.
So we'll
the
have an
CPI.
executive session.
No, we're not gonna do an executive session, we're just gonna have, that's gonna just be an open agenda item, because that's the capital improvement.
Let's start there.
Okay.
That was good.
Let's get all our background.
I mean, if it's realistic to have,
Let's see what we get from
Yep.
our super.
that's why I said, we'll go over this particular, the CP, what
Are
is
you
CPI?
talking about this one?
No, talking about the other one. That one. Because going into that will dovetail back over to here later. On the capital improvements. Okay. Next meeting. And I don't have a calendar up tight yet. Oh, fuck. Someday I'm gonna learn how to use this phone.
Are we waiting, we're waiting for Susan, right, to do anything on the policies?
Right.
Yeah.
That's been the slow down.
We got the next three ready, as soon as she does that first one. Once we go through that first
I
one.
want to get that big one out of the way, we
Yeah.
consolidate a bunch of
Well,
them,
the
but I
next
just
one-
want you guys to go step by step
Well, the next one
in open
is,
meeting.
deals with, force mains, so it falls right down the same lines.
Okay. I want to know we're all in agreement on how we're interpreting.
I hope so. I think we are at this point, but,
I
okay.
went through it, and there's definitely room for consolidation. So,
How's the 6th and 20th of April for the next two meetings?
Yeah, I'm going to be out of town on the 20th, but just to let you know.
6th and 20th of April. for the next meetings? Mark?
The 6th, we'll see what's,
Yep.
we have that big supper coming
Oh, that's
on
right.
the
too.
8th.
We have the big what?
On the 8th, yeah.
What is
The
it?
6th is a Monday.
What's on the
Oh,
8th?
I'm sorry.
April.
I'm sorry.
What's on the 8th?
We have our big rod and gun club.
They have their fresh roadkill dinner.
Important. Well, we start Wednesday, Thursday, but
Yeah.
see how it goes.
Okay, all right, then, Val, for
6th?
6th, for the next meeting, and the meeting following that would be the 20th. Okay. Do I have an adjournment?
Motion we adjourn?
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye. That was a nice, quick meeting.
Thank you very much.